Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are stitching on Serenity and Endymion, and I'm not sure exactly how many stitches we're going to get in on this today because I don't really have a lot of solid stitching. So we're just going to give it a go and see how we do. My name's Amy, and this is Stitch With Me number 18. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you guys have got your stitching, knitting, crocheting, whatever it is that you're into at the moment. I have to leave my door cracked open because the cat, S'more, is having a conniption fit. Every time I close the door, she freaks out. So we are leaving the door sort of open. So if you hear the kids screaming in the background, please ignore them. All they do all day long is scream at video games. Not true, but you know what I'm saying. It's what it feels like. Let me get these done and over with. These are Boo Crew. And the coolest part about them is they glow in the dark. So S'more is in for a treat tonight, because last year she freaked out, fell out of bed. Not gonna lie, it was rather amusing. I know, I'm a horrible cat mom, but it was funny. So this week, I got on a real kick on Dragonkin. I put in a little over 5,000 stitches on it, and I just want to keep going because I'm working on the wing, and I want to see more progress on it. I'm hoping that this is not... Oh, sorry for the wiggle, because this is not in... I can't tell if I'm in frame. I think I'm in frame, but it was not focusing because Linda's had a lot of work to do today. I just did my floss tube, and it was a pretty lengthy one. I had some fantastic Happy Meal this week. So spoiled by all you lovely people. Grabbed a few more patterns. I know. I just can't help myself. Grabbed a few more patterns that are going to be started up next year, and I did not realize... Okay, here's the thing. When you guys are buying things from Etsy, read the description. Because here's what had happened. What had happened was, I saw this pattern, thought it was super cool, totally threw it in the cart, hit checkout, purchased it, and went, okay, how much fabric do I need? Y'all, it's the size of a max-sized, super-sized Haid. Super-size, max color, Haid. From Etsy. I don't know why I didn't think that was a thing. It's a thing. And I totally just purchased one. But it's worth it. It'll be worth it. We are big, we're not like big time Avenger fans, but we like the Avengers. So the pattern that I bought is all of the movies in one pattern. So it's actually really, really cool. Actually really excited to start on it. I'm excited to start on all of them. I also found a freebie from Mirabilia. I was trying to say Mirabilia and Nora Corbett at the same time. It doesn't work. So it's Leilani, the hula dancer, and I happened to see her when Jan Hicks was scanning through her LNS, and she was on the top shelf all by her little lonesome. Not really, there were other, finished projects around her, but she was the one that jumped out and caught my eye, and I immediately paused, looked at the little plaque, and went, I need you. Yes, I must have this one. My mother was a huge fan of Hawaii. Absolutely loved it. And it was her first place of choice when she moved out to the States from Japan. And so, just had to. Now, I'm saving up my pennies for the Karen water lilies that it needs. It needs 4 of them, I do believe. Speaking of, I'm saving my pennies, thank you very much, from the Buy Me a Coffee link, which is also down below. So thank you so much for those who have supported. And yeah, that's my goal right now, is to save up the money from the Buy Me a Coffee link to purchase the Karen water lilies that I need, because they're pretty pricey, and I think I can get away with 3 of them because I do have one of them in oh, what is she called? Miss Dancer and Miss Dancing Flower? Miss Dancing Flower, I think it is. She also requires the same I say a lot because I'm trying to think and stitch at the same time, and apparently, y'all think I do this really well. I get stumped a lot. But See, there we go again. It trying to stop. Miss Dancing Flower requires one called Tequila Sunrise, and so does the Hula Dancer one. So I will be able to use that for both, I hope. I think there's enough there for both of them. Come on, little Stitch, you can do it. I'm using the new Bowen 28s. Okay, you know what? That's fine. You can be stubborn. We'll just do this way. It's okay. It's all good. And this is my first time ever using them. I couldn't tell you honestly if I've ever used a Bowen needle before because I don't know. I have no idea exactly what it is that I'm stitching with. I just know it's a needle, it has an eye, I put thread through it, and I stitch. So I have no idea. I know a lot of people are really good about knowing exactly what their favorite needles are and what their go-to needles are. I don't have a clue. I honestly don't even know where I got half my needles from. Kits maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. So y'all, because not as many people watch the Stitch with Me's, woo, words, as they do the floss tube. I did a thing. I did a thing, and I'm super excited. I'm a tad bit nervous. And I know I can share this with you because, like I said, smaller group. And so, I know a lot of you who watch my Stitch with Me's, you get me. I just filmed the shortest video I've ever recorded in my entire life for the join. It almost felt like I was filling out a job application. I was really nervous. So hopefully it's not too awkward. I hope it's not awkward. But we're going to start the join in November. We're going to start November 1st. So it's a fresh new month, fresh new slate. And we figured out what the 3 tiers are. And we made the badges. And we went through and made all the emojis. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be really good. Hoping it's going to, be fantastic, but I'm thinking it's going to be really good. So the first tier, which you guys are going to hear a lot of this because, it's new, it's exciting, and I just did it today. We haven't gone live yet, but just did it today. The first tier is going to be where you get all the badges and emojis, and I'm going to start utilizing that community tab where... I'm off. No, I'm not. Whew, just kidding. Where I'm going to put up a starting photo for the day, an ending photo for the day, and a stitch count. Because I know a lot of people are curious about how many stitches I actually put in a day. And some days I can put in like 1,500 stitches. Some days I can put in 3. So I thought that would be a good, because I know a lot of people ask. I get asked that all the time. Do you really put in that many stitches a day? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm lucky enough that my children are old enough to entertain themselves 90% of the time. And they're pretty self-sufficient. They're 10 and 12. And so Saturdays are usually like our family nights. So that's when we really spend a lot of time together as a family. Dinner time as well. We eat dinner together. But most of the day, I'm in here stitching. I'm in here stitching while the kids are in school, when they're out of school, up until dinner time. I pretty much stitch until okay, let me see if I can word this right, because words are apparently very difficult right now. Because like I said, I just did the shortest video of my life and it was like very nerve-wracking. But I get up in the morning with them, to make sure they're awake, eating breakfast, doing what they need to do, getting dressed for the day, because I still think that's important, even though I'm a horrible example, because I'm in PJs all day, every day, unless we're going somewhere. I have my comfy pants that I'm in all the time. And so make sure they get dressed for the day, because they do have to do videos and they have to, go into the Google Classrooms and all that stuff. I want to make sure that, it doesn't look like my kids just ran through a beehive and their hair stayed that way. But, so they get up in the morning, they eat breakfast, they, watch a little bit. Typically they get like 10 minutes in the morning to watch YouTube or TV or whatever, but they brush their teeth, they get ready, and then right around 7:55 I call them in. They come in, get their computers set up, sit down, get ready for the day, and then they're in school until about 2:30, 3 o'clock, depending on classwork, meetings, that sort of stuff. And I have to sit here quietly because I never know when they're going to be in a class. So I put my headphones in and I do one of two things. I listen to an audiobook, which means I'm quote unquote reading a ton of books. I think I've gone through 3 or 4 this month alone. And to the point where my library was like, I'm sorry, you can't rent any books this month. You're done. It's never happened before. But, you know, it's okay. I understand. It's fine. But then, so I'm sitting here quietly. So if I'm not listening to an audiobook, I'm watching one of you. I'm hanging out with my peeps and listening to what you guys are all up into. What are you guys stitching on? What'd you do for the week? I'm watching FlossTube. Pause. That, skip, that. Okay. So that's pretty much what I do all day long. So I'm lucky enough that I get to stitch pretty much all day long. And then I hang out in here and I do whatever it is that I feel like doing, whether it is crocheting, knitting, stitching, sewing, who knows, taking a nap. I mean, such a hard life, right? I know. And then come dinner time, you know, we all get together in the kitchen, we all cook together, all that sort of fun stuff, talk about our high point, low point, and then it's pretty much scramble for the rest of the night. So kitchen cleanup, dishes done, put away, that fun stuff, kids take showers, and off to bed. And then I'm usually back over here stitching. So, and then I'll stitch until the husband is ready for bed, and then we lay down for about an hour and we watch whatever TV show it is that we're watching. Right now we're watching Miss Maisel. Holy cow, is that funny. Just saying, just saying. It's about a Jewish comedian, female, I'm going to jump up here and just kind of get rid of this floss here. Nope, I may not have enough. That's all right. Get through what we can. I want to say like late 50s, early 60s-ish that have, you know, moved to the States. And she has 2 kids. Try not to give too much away in case anyone wants to watch it. The minute I saw it, I was like, oh man, I have to see this. And she is hilarious. She's so funny. In like everyday life too. Like she's not even trying to be funny and she's funny. So yeah, we binge watched quite a few shows actually. I think, right? I know we did Game of Thrones. We started Sopranos, but then we found Miss Maisel and we jumped onto the Miss Maisel bandwagon and started watching that. I feel like I just lost my floss. Oh, I lost half of it. That's all right. Just pick this guy out. So we're watching that right now. I think we're on season 2. I think season 3. Oh, I bumped my nail against something. Just kidding. And totally lost train of thought. Miss Maisel. Season 2. I think we're on season 2. I think season 3 just came out, or it's been out. I don't remember. I only have those 5 lonely stitches up there. Did a few shout outs. Or hang in with my peeps, because I don't know. Shout outs just seems a little vicious. Because, you know, like I said, I'm yelling all day long, all day. Telling the kids to take it down a notch, yelling at the dogs because they won't stop barking, because, you know, they have to be all loud all the time. I think I'm going to stop with that color. Yep. Okay, on to the next one. It's going to be a lot of color changes. I have no idea. Oh, we're only 15 minutes in. That's not too bad. What have we talked about so far? What show we're watching? The fact that I did a joint. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot. I just cannot. And it's because of you lovely peeps who were like, yeah, just do it. It's fine. Go for it. And I took the suggestion of doing lives, so that's on the 3rd tier. Did I ever finish telling you what the tiers were? Holy jeez, I'm bad at self-promotion. Bad. Good Lord. How do I get anything done? Who knows? 38 is definitely after 33. Where do you go? No. Here. Jeez. Numerical order. It's really not hard, but for some reason it can be very confusing. What color am I working on next? Let's go 745-ish. Here we go. Oh look, I haven't worked with this color before either. All sorts of new stuff. But okay, let's start over. So tier 1 is the badges, the emojis, and beginning and after photos. Oh, that's how we got onto that tangent, because we were talking about how much do I actually stitch per day. It's a lot. It's a lot. I have no life. It's fine. I enjoy every single second of it, so it's okay. So beginning photo, ending photo, all in the community tab for members only. And then the second tier is going to be what tier 1 gets, plus 2 random videos. And when I say random, I mean random, as in I have no idea what I'm doing. Not a clue. It could be another stitch with me. It could be, shoot, it could be me boxing with s'more. Who knows? I have no idea what they're going to be, but they're going to be random, and you're going to get 2 of them a month. I also don't want to say like how long they'll be, because I have no idea. I have no clue. I wish I did. I've got nothing. That's the other thing, because you guys are my peeps. You might see me vape. I hope that's not like a turn off the channel type thing. But that's what I do when I'm hanging out with people. Sorry. But, okay, so tier 2. 2 random videos. Who knows what I'm doing? Sewing, resin, crocheting, knitting, maybe? Who knows? Might be another stitch with me. The third tier is going to be all of that, plus the 2 live streams. So 2 live streams a month. I don't want to sit there and tell you guys exactly, oh, it's going to be the second Sunday of every month. I don't want to do that because life happens. So I can commit to 2 every month for sure. I just don't know exactly when. So we'll have to keep an eye on the community tab, because that's when I'll announce it. And I'm guessing that I'll probably announce it, like, if I'm going to do it on a Saturday, I'll announce it on the Monday before, so that way everyone has plenty of time and all of that sort of stuff. But I think it's going to be a fantastic way for me to get a little more personal. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's a way for us to connect even more so. And I'm pretty much an open book, so it's not like I'm holding anything back in my life and keeping things secret. But there's just certain things and certain topics that I just don't talk about because I don't think to talk about them, or because I don't talk about them for whatever reason. Because I talk about my kids on the channel and all that stuff. And I'm still going to keep it to where they're not on my channel. You might see the hubster, though. Him and I have talked about him possibly popping in every now and again. So we'll see. The big difference between him and me, though, is that he loves the limelight. He is all about the lights being on him. He's okay with that. Like, he doesn't need it. It doesn't have to be all lights on him, all attention on him. That's not what I'm getting at. But he doesn't mind it. He was a theater kid. He does not mind having the spotlight. I, however, was that quiet kid in the back room in the dark corner that the only reason why the teacher knew I was there was because I turned in my homework. That's me. I know a lot of people don't believe me, and that's okay. We just literally had this discussion when I was helping the teachers out and checking out the school and the new improvements that they've done since, you know, the whole quarantine thing. But we were talking about how, you know, for extroverts, this has been really super hard because they can't go out. They can't mingle. They can't go talk to people. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm perfectly fine. And they're like, you are? And I'm like, yeah, I have no issues with it at all. I love staying at home. I'm a homebody and I'm an introvert. And if you could have seen the looks on their faces, they were like, wait, what, you? I'm like, yeah, me. I only speak for me. I'm an introvert. I promise. Are you sure you're not an extroverted introvert? I'm like, not really. I mean, I'm not that shy, quiet person who never speaks. One of my kids is like that. She is very, very quiet. And she'll have conversation, but she won't keep it going. You have to constantly, like... I used to tell her all the time that talking to her was like pulling teeth out of a rabid dog, because it was sometimes just very, very difficult to get her to talk. She was very, very introverted. I'm not that introverted. I'm more than happy to go to events and all it's the getting there part. So, like, every time I record a video, every single time, I'm sitting here sweating bullets going, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit record. Okay, we're hitting record. And go. Just probably why the beginning of my videos are never the same. For the most part, they have the same information. But they're never, it's not like I have a format. By the end of my video, I'm comfortable, I'm calm, you know, I've made it, and I can say my ending to my videos, and everything's fine. The beginning of my videos always seems like I'm floundering about, because I am. No idea what I'm doing. So I think by doing this join, and having people join me, I think it's going to help me to bring back my extrovert, because I haven't always been this way. It's been this way pretty much since I got into my car accident, and I was told to stay home and not work. That's when I became more and more closed in, more and more of an introvert, and going out just no longer seemed appealing. And then, you know, the COVID. So now I'm like, no, let's stay home. Home is fine. I'm good. If we don't have to go out, we don't need to, right? Whereas my entire family they're all extroverts, and they're like, oh, we want to go outside. Like, no, let's stay in. It's fine. Everything's fine. Except for the fact that mentally I have to constantly be in the on switch mode, because I never know when someone's going to scream at a video game and I jump out of my skin, or the cat's going to jump on my lap in the middle of nowhere because she feels the need to. We also just bought, speaking of cat, we just bought her a water fountain, flower fountain thingy. I really hope she likes it. Right now she's staring at it like it's a monster, but that's okay. She seems to like fresh water. She doesn't like water that just sits, like the stagnant water. She's not a big fan. So I'm hoping by giving her the water fountain that she will drink more water, because I don't want her to, I guess, like, kidney shutdown and urinary tract infections are really common with cats because they allow themselves to get dehydrated. So we'll see. She's also being a stinker butt and, like, kicking all of her litter out of her box. I don't know what her deal is. It's been the last 3 or 4 days, and she's, like, fighting with her litter box, and the litter box loses every time. And now she's over there sleeping quietly because I have the door cracked open. But if I were to step up and go shut the door so my kids can resume their screaming, she would freak out. She'd wake up, go over there, and bang at the door. But she's sleeping right now. She has no need to go anywhere. Cats. So strange. Funny little creatures, aren't they? But I love her. Yeah, she's out. That's one of the pictures that I should probably do. One of these times is of her sleeping in her cat bed. She sleeps in a U shape with her head underneath her body. I don't even know how that's possible, but she has found a way. Am I still in frame? Okay, good. She's found cats sleep in the most weirdest positions. Weirdest positions. How do we even get on that topic? I don't even know where we're going from here. But we'll try to retract and go back to the whole... I'm super excited and super nervous about this whole join thing, and I'm so sorry if I'm driving you guys nuts with it, but it's true because, oh my gosh. I'm excited because I know that, like I said, it's going to allow me to get a little more personal, because I don't think trolls are paying joins to just be jerks, are they? I haven't heard anyone complain about it, so I'm going to assume the answer is no. I've been super lucky and super blessed with my channel that I haven't had any of those jerk moments, so super grateful. And like I said in my floss tube, because you're going to see the floss tube before you see this, I get to brag about my people because my people are the best. I'm just saying. Not trying to be biased or anything, but is it bias if it's true? So glad that you guys have given me the opportunity to have a judgment-free channel to where we all have conversations. And I love the fact that you guys are having conversations with each other. It's fantastic. If I can't answer a question because I have no idea, one of y'all will jump in and help out, which is, oh my gosh, amazing. Because then that person gets their question answered and I learn something. Because we know I need to learn all the things. Not that I'll remember them, but I need to learn them. I have a feeling this is going to be a very, very slow stitch with me. That's alright. It's alright. Real life, people. This is how it happens sometimes. Just happen to be stitching in her hair. And so, constant changes. Needs the dimension, right? Speaking of dimensions, I need to stitch on, oh geez, the name just totally escaped me. Magnificent Wizard. I need to put in 300 stitches on this one today, and I need to put in 300 stitches on Magnificent Wizard before 9 o'clock. Because homework. Because I got so stuck on Dragonkin. But I'm sure you'll understand once you've seen the amount of work that I've put in on her. Because, wow, that wing. Oh, my pattern keeper is acting really strange today. Really strange. Super, super touchy. Okay, let's go to, where am I at? This one? Okay. I'm trying not to snap my box too close to my phone because I don't need it to be super loud. But at the same time, if I don't close it, knowing my luck, it'll fall over and everything will fall out, and then the loud snap of the box will be the quietest sound you've ever heard when you hear my blood-curdling screams because there's floss all over the floor. And I'll have to fight some more, and it'll be a big old battle. She's sleeping. I've said her name 3 times. She hasn't moved. She's out. Out like a light. But if I shut that door, she'd freak out. I even tried to record her because now I'm thinking, okay, I need to record, you know, random videos, right? So I was going to record her checking out her new water fountain, and she looked at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, is she going to drink from it? I got all excited, right? Yeah, no. As soon as I hit record on my phone, she walked away. Walked away. I was completely disappointed. It's like, dang it. Because I think some of the videos might be, you know, just snippets throughout my week. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. But I think that's going to be the fun adventure of it. The random videos are just that. They're going to be random. I think those are the ones that I'm kind of excited about the most next to the lives. Because again, starting the lives, I'm going to be nervous as all get out, and it's going to be awkward, and we're all just going to have to be awkward together until we get the ball flowing and everything's going and conversation's going, and then I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I know I will be. It's just the getting it going part. Am I still in frame? I have this big old claw thing that goes out. Not that you can see what my hand's doing because my hand's facing this way. I have this big old black like claw thing that grips onto my phone, and it's right dead center of my phone, so I can't ever really see if I'm in frame. I have to kind of guess by where the stitches are around the claw. That's something else I could do. If you've watched this far, can you give me some suggestions for some random videos? What would you like to see in the random video? Because like I said, I think some of the videos, I'm trying not to overanalyze because I don't want to turn this into an anxiety, you know, freak out thing. I don't ever want this to feel like it's a job. It's me hanging out with my best peeps and just having fun. Doing something that I am extremely passionate about and obviously crazy about. And having people who understand my obsession and my craziness and accept me as a process stitcher because products are far few and in between. And that's okay by me. There is, okay, some more? Killing me, Smalls. What? Can I grab my tweezers without hitting my phone? Sorry if I made my phone move. Where'd it go? Oh, I hate when I do that. Where was I? Oh, I was there. I see it. Okay. Not that I care normally about, you know, a little extra fibers in here, but when it's straight black in light yellow, it stands out too much. And S'more, even though she's never near or touching my projects, always magically knows how to put the white hair in the black and the black hair in the lights. Just magic. But yeah, if you can give me suggestions of random things that you would like to see from me. I'm excited of the more personal aspect of everything. I think I can share a little bit more of my life. Again, not that I'm like keeping anything secret, but I'm sure there's going to be topics that will come up that I just won't talk about on my regular floss tubes because, well, it's accessible to everybody and anybody. And some people are strange. Just saying. Like, what's with all the Instagram peoples? And I don't mean like Instagram words. Sometimes words can be hard. I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was, I'm getting a lot of those weird, like, doctor dudes who are, like, their info is single doctor looking to meet type people. And I'm like, why? Why are you even here? Like, my Instagram photo is of me and my husband. I'm obviously not interested, but thanks anyway. Just weird. And I've heard other people talk about it, but I've never had it happen before. And, like, this last week, I've had to block, like, 3 or 4 people. So if I accidentally blocked you, does it let people know they've been blocked? I don't know. Have I ever been I don't know if I've ever been blocked by anybody. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm just saying. I don't know if it lets you know that you've been blocked. But my Instagram for now is open. Because I don't put anything really personal on there at all. So, and I will keep it that way. So I don't have to do the whole my account is private thing. But if I've accidentally blocked you, and, you know, we're peeps, just shoot me a message and let me know. Because like I said, I've been getting some weird people on my Instagram. I don't know. There's like 0 posts following 14 people. Like, dude, you are not interested in cross stitch. Get out of here. Yeah, my brain has been like spiraling out of control of what I can do. I think maybe we'll do a Q&A on there maybe? I don't know. But I do have to say a huge thank you to all of you, because we've been talking about possibly doing the join button for a while now. And it's because my peeps are freaking awesome and I can brag about that. And you guys were like, just go for it. Do it. Absolutely. And then I was like, well, what should I include in it? And the number one thing I got was lives. So there they are. 2 lives a month. I'm nervous and super excited. So when you guys get on there and I seem a little awkward at first, just know it's fine. I'm like the microwave. Got to give me a few minutes to warm up. It'll be fine after that. Because I have done lives. I did, not many. I think 2 or 3 with my scissor fobs. And although I enjoyed doing them, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed doing them. It was the initial hit the start button and wait. And it made my anxiety like super bad. And so I don't ever want it to get to the point where I feel like I have to do a total shutdown to regroup, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping by doing this, it will, again, smaller group, which means we will all get to know each other better. I'm so looking forward to. Because I love chatting with y'all when you leave me comments and stuff, and there's quite a few people that, you know, we've had conversation back and forth or whatever in the comments. And it's so fun getting to know what everyone's stitching on, getting to know what you're doing, getting to know a little bit about you personally, things like that. And go here. I feel like I'm moving very slow, but that's because my brain is moving very fast. This is a bad combination, people. Bad combination. Oh, there we go. Super excited for the new adventure. Like I said, we're going to start it in November. Should probably make sure that I'm not quite sure how well I explained that in the floss tube. Hopefully I did it well enough. Did I even mention it? I don't remember now. That was more than an hour ago. I have no idea. Although I do have my first blooper, so that will probably be my first random, because I totally goofed up my intro. Because you have to do like a... They didn't really specify as to how long. But they, you know, they request that you do an intro video to your join thing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I have all this information that I have to share. It really wasn't all that much, but it felt scripted, and I don't do scripty. I just don't, obviously. I mean, if you've been around long enough, you know that none of this is scripted. It's literally just as random as I am. So it felt very awkward to be scripty and to remember that I had to mention the 3 tiers and what the 3 tiers were all about and all that fun stuff, and it just felt awkward. Where am I going next? Get out of my way, Floss. I can't see. Here we go. So that might be part of one of the random videos, because I think you'll get it. And the funny thing is that I'm the only one who really knows that there's a mistake. Well, I mean, you will too if you join and watch, but it's not until the very end that you go, oh, okay, something happened. Yeah, it's because I totally forgot to mention something in one of the perks, and I didn't think about it until the very end, and I was like, oh wait, that was wrong. Nope, that was not right at all. So I had to stop and re-record, which I never do. I never re-record. And I'm so glad that a lot of you just like me for who I am. But I have a feeling y'all are going to find out that I'm a really sarcastic, snarky person. I'm not an a-hole. I'm just snarky. And I'm sarcastic. A lot. So I just have to give that fair warning. Because it's really funny when we're out in public, especially me and my husband. When we're out in public, there's 2 types of people. There are people who will crack up because we're both snapping at each other, being hilarious, not meaning to be hilarious, we're just being us. And see, I could share some of those stories on there too. Anyways, where are you? There you go. And so we get 2 types of reactions. We get the people who crack up because they totally know we're just being smart alecky with each other. And you get the other people who look at us like, oh my gosh, they're so abusive. Do they abuse each other when they're at home? And they freak out. I promise you, no one is being abused. We are just smart alecky, sarcastic people. It's just who we are. I think I might have enough thread to pop over here and go back up. Maybe. We'll see what happens. If not, I'll grab another one and we'll just keep going. But oh man, Dragon, I cannot wait to get back to it. Cannot wait. And then here I am, because I'm a goofball. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I have all these new starts next year. And I think I'm officially at like 4 supersize because that one from Amazon. What? No, I didn't order anything from Amazon. Well, I did, but not cross-stitch wise. I'm going to have to order some cones soon of DMC Floss 310 because the 2 projects that I have, Jukebox and the Harry Potter one. Oh my gosh, it's stained glass. Well, it looks like stained glass. And I don't know. I would say 65% of it is 310. Because I'm crazy. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Good thing I like black. Black and red with a hint of silver. Those are my colors. Those are my wedding colors, actually. Come on, little buddy. You can do it. Where am I? Highlight, woman, highlight. Could be helpful. Just say. I did that and those and those. I was finishing off that one and now I'm going there. Okay. What were we just talking about? Oh, 310. Were we talking about 310? I feel like, okay, let's be real. For any of you who watch Caroline, who's Off the Grid Needle Arts, and her 310 story debacle, I feel like I need to order what she had. Whatever that thing was that she split between the other lady, I need all of it combined, because I think that will be enough 310 to cover me. Crazy! I'm super excited. But I was thinking to myself, amongst all of this craziness, that, you know, I need it, because I've had people ask, are you going to do a rotation? Do you have a game plan? What's your, you know, are you making up goals? What are you doing? How are you going to attack this? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have no idea. No idea. I was kind of flying off by the seat of my pants. But I think I need to have some sort of goal. I need to make sure it's somewhat attainable, though. Like, I don't want a goal that's so far out of reach that I just feel disappointment by the end. Okay. All right. I get it. Fine. I just needed this one stitch and thread chicken. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. See, it's whatever I'm doing here that keeps bumping up my nail. You know what? My nail's probably peeling underneath. Because I did not check. Oh, jeez Louise. Chicken and biscuits. Which are delicious, by the way. Listen here. You. Stop it. I get that we're at the end of our rope. And you're just done. Like, I understand. I hear you. But I need you to listen for just a moment. So that I can go back. Go back this way. Squeak the needle out. Are these petites? That's what I want to try. I want to try the petites. I think I could get more stitching in with petite needles. Is that true? Does anybody know? Is that false advertisement? Just because your needles are smaller, you can get more stitching in. Did I even thread that? Yeah. Now we're totally off topic because now I don't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about something that I wanted to talk to you about, but I didn't remember what it was. Yeah, my nail's peeling. It's fine. I'll just snip it off later. My nails go through phases. And so that's why sometimes you see me with super long nails, sometimes I have super short nails, and my nails right now, because the weather is changing, they're peeling like crazy. So I will probably have to go back to short nails for a little while. It's fine. It's fine. I like having the long nails because I can fix things. And do all sorts of different things. You never know how much you use your nails until you don't have them. Like, I can't even give you an example of what I use my nails for, but I know I use them all the time. S'more does not like it when I have short nails. Just FYI. She's not very happy with me when I cut my nails down. She kind of looks at me like, what did you just do? What just happened? You were scratching my ears just fine, and now you have nubs. What were we talking about? We were on a roll, and I was going, and everything was going smooth. I forgot. I'm getting better about not counting out loud, so I'm sorry if that last number screwed you up. But I love the fact that Nicole from Darvana Lee Design Studio and Annie from Joy Filled Stitcher, who did a stitch with me on our birthday, super exciting. They are both being a little more cautious about counting out loud. And it's my fault. Totally take the blame. It's fine. Technically, it started with Annie, though. I'm just saying. Because it was Annie who made me realize that counting out loud is a bad thing. Because I was counting up my stitches to put in for magical stitches. And I was sitting at a relatively high number. And she was mentioning her birthday plans and along with her whip plans. Which originated from Jen Lee. And I heard her say her number, and I was right around that number. I don't remember if I might have been just after the number she mentioned. And I stopped and looked up and went, shoot. Am I at her number, or what number was I at? Okay. And of course I'm highlighting, so now I have to try to figure out where I started highlighting, and I go back and I'm like, well, I'm just going to guesstimate. So I think it's super funny that I have a few people who are like, yep, I'm trying not to count out loud because Amy said so. Starting a trend, y'all. I've never done that before. It's fantastic. It's exciting. It's a little nerve-wracking. Let's be real. Because like I said, I was the kid who sat in the back of the classroom. Never raised my hand for anything. I mean, unless I had to. Because I knew the answer and nobody else was answering it. Then I would raise my hand. But 90% of the time, I was that quiet kid. Where are we at? 44 minutes. Okay. I think I'm going to finish this thread. Y'all, there's been like no sun. I hope the lighting is okay. I just thought about that. There's been no sun this week. There's not really any clouds outside. There's just no sun. My husband's super excited because We have finally gotten below the 90s. I think we're at 88 today. Here's the crazy thing. I think next week our high is like 63. We're not quite sure what to do with that. We're going to stay inside, turn the heater on, and bundle up. Because we are Arizonans. And although we don't want to die of heat, we don't exactly know how to survive the cold. Oh, his dad just sent a photo. And it was really funny because, you know, when you look at a photo and you don't know what you're looking at, you think it's something else. And you don't realize what it is until someone's like, oh yeah, this is what it is. And then you see the photo. Does that make sense? So my husband was showing me this photo of his dad's backyard. Now, his dad lives in Montana. Don't ask me where. I don't know. Somewhere in Montana. That much I have. And so he's like, take a look at this picture Pops just sent me. And I'm like, what is it? And he's like, his bar. I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Well, he took the picture at night. So that could have been one thing. So, you know, you've got the yellow. Why are all backyard lights yellow? Does anybody else realize that? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my house thing. I don't know. But his lights that he has in his backyard have like a yellow tint to them. So what I was looking at was a table and 2 chairs that looked like they had like a yellow cover or something. And I'm like, I don't understand. What am I looking at? And Jason looks at me and he goes, that's snow. It's like, oh, I was wondering why you would put a big cushion on top of a table. That didn't make any sense to me, but you know, it's fine. Yeah. They got in, I think, like 14 inches of snow already. Which apparently, I find this very... what word do I want to use? What word do I insert here? I find things like this very interesting and very cool, even though it's kind of like, wah, wah. So, apparently, that is the most amount of snow they've had this time of year since like 1914. And I told the husband, I was like, well, pandemic happened in like what, 1912? Maybe Mother Nature was mad 100 years ago too. Ish. I don't actually know how long ago it was. I tried to do the math. Did you hear my brain fart? Because that's what just happened. But maybe every 100 years or so, Mother Nature and the Earth get together and they're like, hey, how do we tear this place up? Just saying. The last pandemic was the influenza 100 and plus years ago. Now they're getting crazy weather, and they had it 100 plus years ago. And this year's weather is like capital WTF. Because holy freaking moly, I just can't. I have no idea. This year's just been weird altogether. Right? It's just been weird. Oh, I should have done those, but I didn't. And it's okay. I'm just going to keep going. Because this is pretty much what our hair is like. Just trailing off. Am I still in the section? Okay, cool. Now I'm over far enough in my camera to actually see if I'm in frame. 1, 2, 3. Oh, don't count out loud. Just kidding. Sorry. Can't start the trend and then break the trend. That doesn't make you a cool kid. Just saying. These Stitch With Me's, they crack me up every single time. And you're going to probably hear this every single time. Every single time I start, what am I going to talk about? I don't know. What do you want to talk about? I don't know. And then the Pinky and the Brain thing goes through my head. What do you want to do today? I don't know. What do you want to do today? Today, we're going to take over the world. Anybody else know that one? Animaniacs? My son looks at me like I'm crazy every time I say it. What are you doing today, Mom? Taking over the world, Pinky. Taking over the world. I wonder if we can find that. That was not a Disney thing, right? Is that Warner Brothers? I feel like I need to watch that. Animaniacs. How many of you just had their theme song go through your head? Because I did. Almost done with this thread here, which is probably why I'm quieting down, because my brain is slowing down. So I'm running out of things to randomly talk about, I guess. Randomly think about. It's almost dinner time. Oh, that's going to be another thing that's going to be really fun. I think I'm going to share, because my husband is a really good cook. Really good cook. And so he's the master chef in the house. Like, if you ask the kids who would you rather have cook for you, mom or dad, it's dad hands down. Because with mom, the kids can cook better meals. I'm just saying. My mom was the type of mom that when you got into the kitchen, she ran out and let everything burn. So I was raised to be terrified of the kitchen. My husband, however, is a fantastic cook. And I can brag on him because it's true. You know, kind of like I brag about all my subbies being the best subbies, because it's true. It's true, just saying. So maybe I can snap a few photos of him cooking. Or if he has like any recipe, I don't know. I know that y'all will help me out because, oof, nerve-wracking to get things started and up and going. And I know that once it gets going, the juices will start flowing and everything will be fine. But it's that initial starting up thing. So like I said, my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. More like minute. Let's go minute. Because, yeah, pretty sporadic. It's all over the place. Bouncing everywhere. There's not even a squirrel involved anymore. All by myself, just bouncing around all over the place. But I am excited. And I do have all of you to thank, and my husband to thank, because he is super supportive and understands that my anxiety sometimes gets the best of me, and then my brain starts going, and then the negative thing starts happening, and all that fun stuff. So he's really, really good at reining me back in and being like, look, listen, everything's going to be fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So I'm going to stop here and call this Stitch With Me done. Say a huge, huge thank you to every single one of you for being supportive, for hanging out, for commenting, for pushing me in directions that I never thought I would be in. All in good ways. Pulling me out of my comfort zone and being like, hey, try something new. Try something new and just see what happens. So on that note, I'm going to bid you adieu. Say farewell, stay random, and don't kiss your projects, and I'll see you next time. By the way, Stitch With Me count is 207. See ya! Bye!